ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुं सस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Okay, we will chant from 12. स एव माया परिमोहितात्मा स एव माया परिमोहितात्मा। You have to unmute yourself, ma.
स एव माया परिमोहितात्मा
शरीरमास्थाय करोति सर्वम्
शरीरमास्थाय करोति सर्वम्
तन्नपानादिविचित्रभोगैः
व्यन्नपानादिविचित्रभोगैः
स एव जाग्रत्परितृप्तिमेति
स एव जाग्रत् परितृप्तिमेति
स्वप्ने स जीवः सुखदुःखभोक्ता
स्वप्ने स जीवः सुखदुःखभोक्ता
स्वमायया कल्पितजीवलोके
स्वमायया कल्पितजीवलोके
सुषुप्तिकाले सकले विलीने
सुषुप्तिकाले सकले विलीने
तमोभिभूतः सुखरूपमेति
तमोभिभूतः सुखरूपमेति
पुनश्च जन्मान्तरकर्मयोगात्
पुनश्च जन्मान्तरकर्मयोगात्
स एव जीवः स्वपिति प्रबुद्धः
स एव जीवः स्वपिति प्रबुद्धः
पुरत्रये क्रीडति यश्च जीवः
पुरत्रये क्रीडति यश्च जीवः
ततस्तु जातं सकलं विचित्रम्
ततस्तु जातं सकलं विचित्रम्
आधारमानन्दमखण्डबोधम्
आधारमानन्दमखण्डबोधम्
यस्मिन् लयं याति पुरत्रयं च
यस्मिन् लयं याति पुरत्रयं च
एतस्माज्जायते प्राणः
एतस्माज्जायते प्राणः
मनः सर्वेन्द्रियाणि च
मनः सर्वेन्द्रियाणि च
खं वायुर्ज्योतिरापश्च
खं वायुर्ज्योतिरापश्च
पृथिवी विश्वस्य धारिणी
पृथिवी विश्वस्य धारिणी
यत्परं ब्रह्म सर्वात्मा
यत्परं ब्रह्म सर्वात्मा
विश्वस्यायतनं महत्
विश्वस्यायतनं महत्
सूक्ष्मात् सूक्ष्मतरं नित्यम्
सूक्ष्मात् सूक्ष्मतरं नित्यम्
तत्त्वमेव त्वमेव तत्.
तत्त्वमेव त्वमेव तत्.
Yeah. So in the last class, we were looking at this mantra, Yat Param Brahma Sarvatma Vishwasyayatanam Mahat. Tattvameva Tvameva Tat. So we said earlier, we listed some Mahavakyas like Prajnanam Brahma from Aitreya Upanishad of the Rig Veda, and then Aham Brahmasmi from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad of the Yajurveda, Shukla Yajurveda, and then Tattvamasi from the Chandogya Upanishad of the Samaveda, and then Ayamatma Brahma from Mandokya Upanishad of the Atharvana Veda. There are many more Mahavakyas. These are standard, these are quoted. And so Tattvam, here even in Kaivalya Upanishad there is a Mahavakya. Why not quote that? Tattvameva Tvameva Tat. That's also a Mahavakyam. So you can quote all these things. Kaivalya from Atharvana Veda. Like that we can say. And so Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. Again from Chandogya. Ekameva Dvitiyam. Okay, those kinds of words are there. Very important. Giveaways. Those are the ones that tell us what the Advaita Tattvam is. So just because we quote these four Mahavakyas doesn't mean these are the only Mahavakyas in our Shastram. Even in Bhagavad Gita, a few places we can see, like Kshetrajñan Chapi, Mam, Vidhi, like also you can add. So we spend some time understanding that statement Tat Tvam Asi. Tat Tvam, you are that. Yeah, how does when a statement equates two things, A is B, if you say, then what are the things it can mean? A, B. Especially in Sanskrit, it is A, B. Not even A is B. A, B. A, B means A is B. So we finally saw that this Badhayam Samanadhikaranam, where you negate certain things that are commonly understood by those words. Negate. Like somebody introduces you or rather, somebody brings a friend, their friend, to your home, saying, "This person is so and so, my good friend. His name is Devadatta." And in the process of introducing, you ask him questions: where are you from? Where are you working? Etc. Where did you study? And then suddenly, where did you study? I studied in Hyderabad. Where did you study in Hyderabad? I studied in Maulali. Where in Maulali did you study? I studied in Atomic Energy Central School. Which, oh my God, you are that Devadatta. My name is Jaykumar, don't you know? Oh, Jaykumar. And then you hug each other. Until now, there are two different people. Two different people means what? This Devadatta is an unknown person. Unknown person, totally unknown. You've never seen this person in a while. And then you say, "Oh my God, you are that Devadatta." Then he says, "Yeah, I am that Devadatta." I am that Devadatta means what? Soyam Devadatta. Saha ayam Devadatta. That Devadatta is this Devadatta. That Devadatta is not this Devadatta. How can you say those two are same? They're completely different. That Devadatta did not have a mustache. This Devadatta has a mustache. That Devadatta was small and puny. This Devadatta is big. And so there is nothing that is equal about these two people. Nothing is equal about these two people. But yet you hug, thinking that, oh my God, you are that Devadatta. That means what? At that moment, all the attributes that are irrelevant, all the size, weight, etc., age also irrelevant. Age is irrelevant. And once you make all those irrelevant, then you hug each other. Then something else magic happens. That is what we did here also. Tattvam asi soyam devadattaha. The essence. The essence of Tvam and the essence of Tat are identical. That's how we look at this. So anytime a projection is done, it's a mental projection, then you remove the projection, you remove the mental projection by what? By the mind only, because it's a mental creation. The sun is rising in the east, if somebody says, ah, sun, I can see clearly sun is rising in the east. It's very obvious. The whole world agrees the sun is rising in the east. But we know it is only a projection. Pure projection it is. Sun doesn't rise. What do you have to do to stop the sun from rising from the east, in the east? No, you don't have to do anything, because it is not rising anyway. How do you know it? You have to know it. You have to know it, that's all. Nothing else. No karma is required. Same way here also. Tat tvam, tvameva tat. That same badha has to be done. That negation is called badha. When you negate the movement of the sun in the mind, then it's called badha. What you're doing is badha. The projection is negated. That is what we understood here. We do it in other occasions also. We do it. In our conversations, we do it. You were afraid that your son wouldn't do the exam well because he was sick, the few days before the exam. What happened? He did it very well. Touch wood. Touch wood. Touch wood. But you touched the door. You did not touch wood. Come on, Guruji, you don't understand. Yeah, agreed. Gurujis don't understand a lot of things. After all, Guruji also is a human being. Why should he understand everything? No, no, Guruji, it's not like that. This is all pure wood. In fact, I bought the wood, Burmese teak wood. I made the door and all the frames and everything. I got it done. It's all pure. It's all Burmese teak wood. It's very expensive wood. It is. Oh, I see. Okay. So he knows it's all touch wood means just he's touching wood just like that, slapping the door. So that person is a jnani when it comes to all these doors and chairs and tables. And so touch wood. So that means the drishti is all wood. That means the person has negated the doorness from this object, negated completely. So confidently saying, I touched wood. Yeah, that's how it works. That confidence is required here also. Here we don't say confidence, we say jnanam, knowledge. Confidence is different, but here it is knowledge. There also is knowledge, of course. So did we look at the the Maniprabha Tika for all these things? For all the words, for the entire mantra?
No, not the second, not the third, last two.
Not the last two.
Last quarter, I can say, or last half.
Last quarter. Last half, last quarter. Sukshmat sukshmataram nityam. Sukshmat. Maniprabha says Anuparimanat. Anuparimanat. Anu is the word in Sanskrit. Means Anuparimanat mahat api atishayena anuhu. He says it is even though it is greater than Anu. Anu means atomic, microscopic. I don't know how to translate Anu. Subtle. Sukshmat. Even though it is very subtle. Now, Mahat Api, because Vishwasyayatana Mahat was said in the second quarter. Okay. And so Mahat, even though it is great, still it is smaller than the smallest. Anuparimanat Atishayena Anuhu. Incomparably small. Incomparable. Because nothing else is there like Atma. So Atishayena, he says. Because if you don't say that, then smaller than small is always there. Scientists are always looking for the smaller than the smallest all the time. So that's what he says for Sukshmat Sukshmataram. He says Anuparimanat Mahat Api Atishayena Anuhu. Then Tadeva Tvam or Tat Tvameva Uktam Param Brahma Tad Avaganta Eva Natu Anyat. He says Uktam Param Brahma. That Param Brahma that has been talked about in these mantras, including the current mantra, Yat Param Brahma Sarvatma. That Param Brahma, Uktam, that Param Brahma that has been told, Uktam Param Brahma, Tad Avaganta Eva. Tad Avaganta means is the knower. Avaganta means knower. That Param Brahma is not different from the knower of that Param Brahma. Means Atma, Tvam, knower. Because knower means directly it points to the self. Only the human mind can know, and that too the mind can know. And so whoever the knower is, and it is pointing to the finger to that knower, Tvam, not to the body. Body can't know. And so tad avaganta eva. That eva he is saying natu anyat, not anything else. Eva means only, alone, you know. And so natu anyat, nothing else, not anything else. Means that equality is final. That Brahma, which is the essence of this universe, which is the essence of Ishvara also. And that is why we say Ishvara pervades the universe. And so that Natu anyat, he says. That is nothing other than Atma. You, who you thought to be Shishya, and you are not really Shishya, you are Brahma. Shishya is just a Vesha. It's just a costume you are wearing for now. For now, it's a costume. But really speaking, you are that Brahma. Then he says for the next one, Tvameva tat, Tvameva tat. Look at what he says. Nanu tan mattaha anyat, aham tasmad anyaha, mayi kartritvadi vishesha upalambhat, ityataha aha, Tvameva tat. But then there is a doubt. There's a doubt. Tat Tvameva. That is you. But how can I be that? Brahma is me, but I can't be Brahman, because I have all kinds of problems. I am a microscopic, I'm a small entity. I have all kinds of raga, dvesha. He says what kartritvadi. I have too many things going on. I'm very complicated. Brahma is that complicated as me? Is that what you're saying? No. All these complications are all projections. You're only projecting all those things on you. And so, Mayi Kartritvadi Vishesha Upalambhat. Upalambhat means because I see all kinds of things in me. I'm a complicated personality. I'm a mixture of so many things. Brahma can't be a mixture of all these things. No. Brahma is you. You are Brahma. Brahma does not have any of those attributes. The real you also does not have any of these attributes. That real you is Brahma. That Atma is Brahma. Ityataha aha. Ityataha aha. Maniprabha says that is why the Upanishad says Svam eva tat. Because this doubt can arise. So this completes the Aikyam. Aikyam. Svam means you. You means you is a personality. It's a jiva. You refers to this body. You refers to this mind. It can refer to anything. And so you remove all those upadhis. All those upadhis. Remove means mentally negate all those upadhis. Then what is left is Atma. And so remove that costume. Or in the Vedantic language, we would say, remove the costume of avidya. Avidya, ignorance. Ignorance is the costume. Ignorance is what creates the whole setup. And we take that setup to be absolute. And so remove the costume of avidya. And for Ishvara, you remove the costume of Maya. Then what is left is Brahma. That Brahma, costumeless Ishvara, let's put it that way, and costumeless Jiva, they are identical. And each costumes are all projections anyway. It is not like you are taking something out, putting it on the side, and then eliminate. There are certain things you give up, and then these two are equal. No, it's not like that. You don't need to keep anything aside. Mentally, just like the movement of the sun is negated, like that, the costumes are all negated. Otherwise, what will happen? Parallel reality. There is a costume waiting there. I am Atma. My costume is waiting there. Waiting there looking, my God, these people are talking about Atma and Brahma and Mahavakyam and all that. What am I then? I'm simply an observer, I'm simply watching this game. No, there's nobody to watch this game. You are the observer also. And the observed is also you. Like that, this mantra is saying. So let's translate this shloka. That which is the unconditioned Brahman, or you can say limitless Brahman, both are okay. that which is the unconditioned Brahman, comma, the self of all, comma, the great support of the universe, comma, subtler than the subtle, comma, timeless, comma, that alone you are, comma, you are that alone, full stop. That alone you are that alone. Let's read that again. That which is the unconditioned Brahman, the self of all, the great support of the universe, subtler than the subtle, timeless, that alone you are that alone. Okay.
So, Jagamaji, Nityam is translated as timeless.
Correct. Nityam is timeless. All this, so now we see permanent also you can say. But permanent is, when you use the word permanent, that conditioned, because we are all conditioned. Permanent means what? It is like permanent job. Permanent job. Those days they had a permanent job. For 40 years they used to work. That permanent job itself is impermanent. And then here they are asking, parents are asking their children, is this a permanent job? And the children are all laughing at the parents. They say, no, there is no job that is permanent. Our children are all they are enlightened already. They say nothing is permanent. And so the word permanent can bring that thing. But you can say permanent. Nothing wrong. Once as students of Advaita Vedanta, we can say permanent, understanding that it has to transcend all our ideas of permanence.
Yeah, here
So
it said
that's correct.
Vinasha Shunyam, right, in Maniprabha. Maniprabha
What
said
is it?
Vinasha Shunyam.
Vinasha Shunyam. Correct. That's why that timeless, destructionless, ageless, it's all negated. The entire language starts with a nanj. Anta, Ananta. Good.
Avyayam too.
Avyayam, changeless. So many things are there. That's why neti yam neti vachanair nikama avochan. Pratasmana Stotram, Shankaracharya. Neti. The only thing that can be, only Upadesha that can be given, only teaching that can be said is no. No means what? What you think is absolute is not absolute. And if you negate everything, what is left is Brahma, what is left is Atma. Okay, next mantra.
Guruji, how should I conceptualize time is within me?
Can you ask in satsang? Hariji, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Jagrat Swapna Sushuptyadi
जाग्रत् स्वप्न सुषुप्त्यादि
Prapancham Yat Prakashate
प्रपञ्चं यत् प्रकाशते
Tad Brahmahamiti Jnatva
तद्ब्रह्म अहमिति ज्ञात्वा
Sarvabandhaif Pramuchyate
सर्वबन्धैर्प्रमुच्यते
Jagrat Swapna Sushuptyadi
जाग्रत् स्वप्न सुषुप्त्यादि
prapancham yat prakashate
प्रपञ्चं यत् प्रकाशते
tad brahmahamiti jnatva
तद्ब्रह्माहमिति ज्ञात्वा
sarvabandhaif pramuchyate.
सर्वबन्धैः प्रमुच्यते.
Yeah. So Maniprabha introduces this mantra by saying Idanim evam jnane phalam aha. He's saying when somebody gains this kind of knowledge, then what is the result? Uska prayojan kya hai? Phalam aha. He says, Upanishad says, what is the result? What is the benefit of gaining this kind of knowledge? Like that, Amaradasa is introducing this mantra. That means this mantra is going to talk about primarily the result of this knowledge. Jagrat Swapna Sushuptyadi Prapancham Yat Prakashate. Yat, that which illumines the entire universe. Tad Brahma Aham iti Jnatva. Oh, look at that, another Mahavakya. Tat Brahma Aham. Aham Brahma. Mahavakyam again. Iti Jnatva. Knowing it, then that person is freed. Like that, this mantra is saying. Experience. From childhood onwards, we are growing up, interacting, growing up, interacting, growing up, interacting. And during the process, there is sukham, dukkham, like that. Everything is an experience. Every interaction results in an experience. And every engagement with a person or a thing or people or anything else, every travel results in an experience, constantly experiencing something or the other. And the person quickly understands that, oh, there is happiness and sadness, and I must seek happiness. Nobody seeks sadness. Nobody gets up in the morning and says, I wish I was sad all of today. I wish I'm sick for the next 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Because I've been healthy, top. Doctor has given me a clean, what do you call, clean bill of health. Clean chit, not chit, I don't want to say. Clean bill of health, I think they say. And so, for a change, because variety is the spice of life, they say, variety is. Somebody in the Gita class told me this long ago in Houston. But Jaykumar, variety is the spice of life. Yeah, variety is the spice of life, all right. But did you ever get up and say, I've been healthy all these years and I just feel like I want to have chest pain today and I want to get scared by some chest pain and I want to go to the doctor today. And then the doctor says, oh, fortunately, it's all gas pain. It has nothing to do with your heart. Nobody wants this kind of variety. So I told that person, your variety also is bounded. It is within this boundary, I want variety. Beyond the boundary, I don't want any variety. Correct? Variety is the spice. They talk all these things. Thanks to my being in the middle of all this, I've heard all kinds of arguments. So at that moment, he didn't. He was not convinced, or we needed to have more discussion. But that was the answer I remember I gave. So that experience hunting is constant. And what happens when I am constantly hunting for experiences? That experience itself is a distraction, correct? It distracts me from myself, because Vedanta is struggling hard to show me the mirror and say, relax, 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 you are okay, you don't worry, nothing is wrong with you, things will be all right, and you are free. Like that, Vedanta is struggling to say. And so that momentum that got started when I was a child, it's on. Momentum is on, and there is the experiencer. Shastram is going to come and tell us, hey, there is the experiencer, that is you. There is the experienced thing, experienced object. And when the two contact each other, then there is the full-blown experience. And that is the Triputi. That's the Triputi. And really speaking, these three are one and the same. Fundamentally, the three are one and the same. Okay, like that, the Shastram is going to tell us. And this Upanishad, by analyzing those three experiences, three types of experiences, Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti, is helping us ask the question, what is the basis of these three experience or these three states of experience? Which is no different from asking the question, what is the difference between the experiencer, experienced object, namely subject, object, and the experience that is born of the contact between the experiencer and the experienced object. Similar questions these are. Easier to analyze our own three states of experience: Jagrat, waking state, sleep, and Swapna Avastha. That same I who slept yesterday and woke up yesterday is the same I that is going to sleep today and that is going to wake up tomorrow. Same I means what? Same I. An I with a personality, an I with a gotra, an I with a family, and an I with a resume, and with a list of accomplishment, an I with all the past successes and past failures, an I that is looking forward to so many good periods in life, which all have to happen. So many more things. Planning, in the planning stage. Some are in the completion stage. Some will happen some 1 year later. Some will happen few years, many more years later. Children have to graduate, then they have to go to college, then only work, and then marriage. So all those things are there. This I, this bundle is there. Is that the I that is the basis of the waking, dream, and sleep state? No, it can't be. Because in deep sleep, all this doesn't exist. This bundle doesn't exist in deep sleep. Therefore, but deep sleep, I am the sleeper only. I only say I slept. Therefore, I have to let go of all this baggage that is there. All the baggage. Everything is baggage. I have to use the baggage properly. I have to use all my accomplishments and I have to use all the wealth properly. All the heritage I am part of, I'm a product of, I have to use everything properly. So that it brings me to this point to be able to ask the question, who am I? What is the basis of all these things? And so that basis of this Jagrat, Swapna, Shushupti, Adi, in short, all experiences. Okay. Prapancham Yat Prakashate. Prapancham. Jagrat, Swapna, Shushuptyadi, Prapancham. That is one word. Actually, it is one word. Jagrat, Swapna, Shushuptyadi, Prapancham is one word. A world which is characterized by all your experiences in the waking states and other states. They say you're living, he's living in his own world. They say. Means what? Everybody is living in our own world, not he or she. It's all of us we have to put in the same category. We are living in our own world. And so asking the question, who is behind all this? In Keno Upanishad, The Upanishad itself begins with the student's question. Keneshitam patati preshitam manaha. Kena. Kena means by what? By what entity? Student is asking. First word is kena. Kena ishitam preshitam manaha. Patati preshitam manaha. Keneshitam vacham imam vadanti. Hey, by what entity? What is it that's behind this mind? Is there somebody that is propelling the mind to think in a particular way? Is that correct? Vacham imam vadanti. These words are just flowing out. Is there somebody behind? Like that, he's asking the question. And then there is a big debate now. Debate as to what is the student asking and what kind of response the Upanishad is giving. Okay. Is the student asking for some almighty being, Devata? Because we have Devatas for every part of the body. Because he's making a list. Mind, who is propelling the mind? Who is activating the mind? Who is activating the organ of speech? Kene chitam vachamibam vadanti. Chakshushrotram kaudevo yunakti. Chakshuhu, eyes. Shrotram. Kaudevo yunakti. Which Devata? Devaha, he says. He doesn't say Devata. So it appears like, tell me all the Devatas. One Purvapakshi comes and says, he's talking about Devatas. Tell me the Devata of the hearing. Because the Devata is the presiding deity, because of which the hearing happens. It is the Adhishtana Devata of hearing. Dig Devata, Chakshuhu, Aditya Devata. Purvapakshi says that's what he's asking. And then, but then you have to, is that the question? To understand what the student is asking, you have to look at the answers. Otherwise, you don't know. And you look at the answers, you look at the whole Upanishad. There's a debate going on between the Purvapakshi and Siddhanta. Purvapakshi says, Kaudevo Yunakti. And then the student is asking this question about the Devatas. And so that the student can do a meditation on that Devata. Like that, the Purvapakshi is talking. That the Siddhanti, the person who knows what the Upanishad is talking about, has to come back and say, no, it is not about meditation. It is not about Devatas. It is about Brahma. It is about Nirgunam Brahma, which is the essence of the entire universe and of this person, of every sense organ. That is what he is asking. Like that, there is a debate. Some of which Shankara indicates in his Pashyam of that Upanishad. So, Kena, there is a question here also being asked, Kena. And there, Upanishad says, Shrotrasya Shrotram Manaso Manoyat. The ear of the ear, that which you are asking for, is the ear of the ear. It is the mind of the mind. It is the eye of the eye, etc. He says. One type of answer he gives. Then he gives Viditat Adhi Atho Aviditat Adhi. Then he gives more material to think. He says, it is Viditat Adhi Atho Aviditat Adhi. It is different from what is known. It is different from what is unknown also. Like that, clues Upanishad is giving. Instead of saying it is you means it is hard to follow. Hard to follow. You is a word. It refers to everything other than Atma. It refers to my body, you. It refers to the you that did certain things, Karta. How was your vacation? You. How did you enjoy the vacation? So you, it refers to the mind. So many things it refers to. So there, Shrotrasya Shrotram, like that Upanishad gives the answer. Yamadharma Raja gives an answer in Kathopanishad to this young boy. Atmanam Rathinam Viddi Shariram Rathamevatu. You all know that chariot imagery. Chariot. Bhagavad Gita chariot doesn't. This mantra doesn't come in the Bhagavad Gita. I don't think so. So the chariot you leave it aside. But here, this chariot imagery. Atmanam rathinam viti shariram rathamevatu. Shariram ratham. This chariot, imagine that your body to be this chariot. Body to be the chariot. Oh, body is chariot. That means body is jadam. Oh, I thought body was conscious. No, body's consciousness is borrowed consciousness. Okay. Atmanam rathinam vidhi shariram rathamevatu buddhim tu sarathim vidhi. Okay, who is the sarathi? Who is the driver of this chariot? Who is the charioteer? Buddhi. Intellect is the charioteer. Oh, okay. Okay, buddhi the charioteer. Buddhim tu sarathim vidhi. Manaha pragrahamevacha. Mind, then what is the mind? Look at all those. The charioteer is holding on to these 5 ropes. Okay, those reins, as they say in English, R-E-I-N-S. That's the mind. Oh, the buddhi is holding the mind. Manah pragrahamevacha. Indriyani hayanahuhu. Hey, then what about the sense organs? Am I not the sense organs? I don't think so. Because the mind is holding on to the sense organs. The mind, which is in the form of these ropes, are tied to 5 horses, and those 5 horses are the sense organs. Indriyani hayanahu. Hayaha means in Sanskrit horse. Very curious connection are there. Horse, hayaha. Curious connections between English and Sanskrit. Indriyani hayanahu. Vishayansteshu gocharan. Okay, then all the things that are out there are the things that the horses are running after. The horses are going like this, watching and going after. Okay, Vishayansteshu gocharan. Atmendriya manobuddhihi. Bhoktetyahur manishinaha. So this is the complex. This is the complex we have to talk about. We have to think about. Then who am I? Am I the sense organs? No, because they are horses. Then am I the reins, the mind? No. Am I the intellect? No. Then Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi. Hey, the mind is the driver of this chariot, charioteer. Then who am I? Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi. The guy who is sitting in the back seat or front seat, whichever way you want to put it, and for who is being carried all over the place by this charioteer. Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi. Understand that to be the Atma. Rathinam means Rathaswami, the one for whom the entire setup is meant for. That entity is Atma. So that imagery provides us the a window of opportunity to appreciate Atma as different from the body, as different from the sense organs, as different from the mind. That is a good starting point, but not the end point. Why it is not a good end point? End point, if you say that is a starting point, then we will imagine Atma sitting somewhere inside the body, and then which is surrounded by all these things, sense organs, mind, and body. Atma is a microscopic entity inside. No, Atma is all pervasive. Body is Atma, but I am not the body. That's why I said that is not the end point. That is a starting point for Viveka. That's very critical for Viveka. To appreciate Atma and Anatma, this kind of imagery is useful to have. Then the teaching continues until the pot is told that you, pot which have so many complexes, I am small, I am useless, I have no job satisfaction and all that, and it's told you are clay. You are sakshat clay. Pot is an upadhi, that's all. Upadhi has no substance. You are the substance. The clay has no problem at all. Pot may have problems, but clay does not have any problem. And that clay you are. Like that, the teaching is given. What about all? I have problem. I'm a father, mother. I mean, I have children. I have parents. I have to take care of this. I have to do this. I have to do this job, that job. Pita naiva me naiva mata na bandhuhu na bandhur na mitram. All these things are there in Nirvana Shatkam. Hey, you are father, all right. You have a lot of duties. You are mother, mata, okay, correct. That is all fine. Keep it with you. But it is incidental. It is not fundamental. It's incidental. It is a vesha. It's a role you're playing. And because it is a role you're playing, you can play various roles. If you are mother, you can only be mother. You can't be neighbor. You can't be daughter. You can't be friend. You can't be citizen. You can't be so many things. The fact that you're playing so many roles itself should tell me that I am none of those. I can change my hat at will. I can just put on a different hat. And I can be a student also. I can be a teacher also. Then I can listen to Shakracharya and says, Gurur Naiva Shishyaha Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. So, what about all the punyam and papam I have gained? That at least belongs to me. You're going to take away that? Unfortunately, that also will be taken away by the teaching. Na punyam, na papam, na saukhyam, na dukkham. Don't worry, punyam and papam is gone. Dukkham also is gone. Saukhyam, dukkham, whatever happens, experiences, let it be. But let it be. You're not that. I am not what I experience. How about that? The whole world says you are what you experience. Vedanta comes and says you are not what you experience. Look at the opposites. Polar opposites it is. And so, what I experience, what I see, can't be me. It has to be. I have to be something other than what I see. I illumine the whole world. That's what he says in this mantra. Look at that. Jagrat swapna sushuptyadi prapancham yat prakashate. That which illumines prakashate, the entire waking world, sleep world, dream world. Waking world means everything I perceive in my waking state. That which illuminates. Generally, what we say, the sun illuminates all objects. That is why I am able to see. That is physics. That's physics. That is science. Vedanta comes and says you have to go one more step. One more step. You have to look at the essence of the sun and the essence of the objects that the sun illumines, which you have not found yet, oh science. Once you find it, you will say it is not the sun that illumines the world. It is you. It is consciousness that illumines the sun and that illumines the world also. Without consciousness, there is no question of sun also. That is what our Chakracharya says in Pratas. This one, Manisha Panchakam. Manisha Panchakam, it seems he was going in Kashi, he was walking early in the morning, and students were around him and making way making way for him, and somebody was sweeping the floor and said, Gacha Gacha, move, move, Gacha Gacha, move, 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 Acharya is coming, don't you know? And he turns around. The sweeper, Chandala and all, we use some words are there, Chandala. Chandala means somebody who has no family, no mata, pita, nothing, children are not there. If that person does not have Aadhaar card, no identity, nothing. He is just a person, that's all. Nobody is bothered to give him an identity card also, which our government is trying hard to do. So that guy is called Chandala. So the Chandala is told, Gacha Gacha, get out, move out of the way, because a big man is coming behind. Chandala looks back and looks at Shankara, it seems. Because even though his students told this, still they are doing it because of this person standing. Who are you asking to move? Do you want this body to move? Or do you want the consciousness inside the body to move? If somebody responds like this, what will you do? You will just shiver if somebody asks like this. Shankaracharya knew exactly what happened. He writes, Jagrat Swapna Sushuptishu Sputatara Ya Samvidujrumbate. Same Jagrat Swapna Sushupti, that same word he is using. He's starting the first shloka of this Manisha Panchaka. Ya Samvit Ujrumbate. Samvit, beautiful name. It means Chaitanyam, consciousness. Samvit, feminine gender. Ya Samvit. In Sanskrit, feminine gender. Okay. Ya Samvit Ujrumbate. That consciousness which is shining in all these three states of experience, all these three states, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushuptishu, Ya Sputatara. Sputatara, it is just alive and kicking. It's there for me to recognize. Don't ignore it. And then what? Brahmantar Pipilikanta Tanushu Prota Jagat Sakshini. This entire universe. Universe means what? The biggest thing we can talk about is Brahma. Brahma Loka. And Brahma Loka, Brahmaji, the creator of this world, the creator of the world also. Pipilikanta Tanushu, Pipilika, ant. From the biggest of the big to the smallest of the small, all of which are that on which all these are projected, means that which is sustaining everything. And also it is sustaining Brahmaji, also it is sustaining Brahma Loka, also it is sustaining Brahmantar Pripilikanta Tanashu Prota Jagat Sakshini. Prota, it is projected on what? Jagat Sakshi, that Atma which is the Sakshi of the Jagat. Saivaham nacha drishya vastviti. Saivaham. That Brahma, that Sakshi is me alone. Sa eva aham. Here also. Tad Brahma eva aham. Eva is not there. Here in the previous mantra it is. Saivaham. Nacha drishya vastviti. It is not anything that I observe. What I observe is not me. What I experience is not me. Saivaham nacha drishya vastviti. Trida prajnapi yasyasti chet. The one who knows this very well. Yasya drida prajna. Drida prajna. Prajna means knowledge. Drida prajna. Unshakable knowledge. The one who has that. Then what? Chandalostu dvijostu. Gururityesha manisha mama. Whether that person who knows this is a Chandala or a Dvija. Dvija means Brahmana, who is initiated into the Veda and that who gets a lot of respect in society. That person knows he is the protector of the Veda. He is the Veda Rakshakaha. And Veda Rakshaka is important in society, most important in fact. And whether that person is a Veda Rakshakaha or a Chandala who is sweeping the floor in Kashi. Chandalostu dvijostu gururityesha manisha mama. That person is my guru. Guru Riti Yesha Mani. This is my well ascertained knowledge. Manisha, he says. I am crystal clear. This is about what I am talking about. Like that, Shankaracharya is saying. So, here also, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushuptyadi, Prapancham, Yat Prakashate, Yat Brahma Prakashate. Okay. That Brahma, which is illumining the entire universe. Tad Brahma Ahamiti Jnatva Sarvabandhai Pramuchyate. So I want to continue this in the next class. I have to leave now. I'm going out of town. But we'll continue this very fascinating discussion. Keep the thought there. Hold on to the thought until the next week. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.